finally back after like I don't know. Last one we dropped was like in fall. It's almost been a year since we uploaded an episode. Isn't that crazy?
That's not true. It's been like 6 months.
It's like 3 more months.
It hasn't even been a year since we graduated.
Almost. It's May.
Yeah, almost.
That's crazy though. It's almost been a year since we graduated. That's ridiculous. Gosh. I was watching, well, a part of my sketch comedy club, one of the guys, I'll call him, and I'll edit in some sound effect because I can't think of a funny name. Anyway, he likes to watch Saturday Night Live, and he's like, hey guys, we could watch it after. And I wanted to watch it with him, but I couldn't because like I don't have Saturday Night Live with Sling or whatever. And but I was on YouTube and I saw they posted their video, and their cold open, which is like the thing they opened the show with, was like the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. It was on Zoom, and I was like, that's a little messed up, Saturday Night Live. That's kind of sad.
That's what they're really about to do, probably.
I don't know if I'd be laughing or if I think it was funny if I was like in class of 2020.
I think I have to think it's funny because it's funny as hell. Like, it sucks. They know that it sucks, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's like it's a big deal, but it's also like not that big of a deal. You know, it's not a big enough of a deal to like.
To like not make fun of it.
Yeah.
Also, we get to do the old tradition of making up funny names for ourselves this podcast. Would you like to go first, or should I go?
When you talking about making up funny names, it's our real name.
Oh yeah, these are our real names. I forget. They're just.
You've been using fake names. It's been so long
since we've spoken. What? We just haven't spoken. We only talk when we record the podcast. I just forgot how to talk to you. Who are you again?
My name is. Hold on, I gotta think about if I want to tell you. You know what I mean? I'm totally not trying to come up with something.
Yeah, we're not friends at all, so it's personal information.
I think you should just say your name first, so you can I can not trust you. You know what I mean?
My name is Travis Scott.
You had that concert in Fortnite, didn't you?
I did have the concert in Fortnite. It was going to be a segue into that.
You.
That was me.
That was so cool.
Thank you. I mean, all the 6-year-olds are listening to my songs like pornography. I'm so proud.
My name is Mo Bamba.
That's right. We're here we're on the Poddercast to announce our new collaborative mixtape. Mo Bamba, you said, where's Ollie with the motherfucking dope? That line hit. And the Jamba Juice. Or is that me who said the Jamba Juice? One of us was juicing, and there was some Jamba involved.
Yeah.
But speaking of my recent Fortnite concert, did you watch any of it? I'm not offended if you didn't, but did you?
To be honest with you, I kind of made it a priority to not watch it at all.
Really?
Or see any point of it whatsoever. I did walk in on someone playing and watching it, and I saw how interesting it was.
I think honestly, I didn't expect it to be I wasn't expecting it to be much because I saw parts of Marshmallow's concert. And I was like, this is just people standing. And one guy would be like, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Marshmallow. This is pretty epic. Never happened before. And then they did one for Star Wars where J.J. Abrams appeared and here's a clip from the Rise of Skywalker. And then they had people in stormtrooper costumes show up and oh wow, this is so cool. And it's they're just talking. This isn't cool. But the Travis Scott one, I guess mine was it was different. It felt like a concert in it actually felt like a concert, I'd say. They went over the top with it, the visuals and where they put players. Ready Player One, right?
I never saw it, but yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, that's what it felt like the Oasis. Kind of had me thinking is this the future of concerts since everyone's in quarantine? That'd be interesting.
True.
Just VR, because I think
quarantine never ends.
Yeah. God, that would suck. But I don't know. I think Epic might be onto something because they have a new mode which is called Party Royale, where it's just it's just concerts and music and stuff like that. I think that's an interesting thing that they could continue to explore. But I mean, people might laugh at it and say, haha, cringe. But I thought it looked pretty dope. There's a whole bunch of super, I don't know, Travis Scott's glitching everywhere. They teleported him into space. He was sitting on a planet, something Astroworld. I was intrigued by it.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
And I kept getting YouTube videos recommended to me talking about it, and I was like...
That's how I clicked on one.
Not interested. One of them was called, "We're in a music video?" And then the people looked so shocked.
It's Travis Scott from Fortnite. He's here.
Nah, it's not. It was Pokemon.
That's great.
If you know who that is.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, speaking of quarantine, how's yours been? What you been up to? What you been watching?
You see what I've been watching?
Yeah.
Um, Nothing for real.
Really?
Watched the TV in the room I usually watch it in is all the Fire Stick in there doesn't work anymore.
Oh, that's a
So
bummer.
yeah, that sucks. Because I wanted to watch the new season of Clone Wars on May the 4th because that was the last episode, the day the last episode came out.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like watch all of it that day.
I
But
heard it
I
was
haven't.
super dope.
Yeah, I haven't got any spoilers. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure like I saw something saying it was like part of the Revenge of the Sith movie, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it
Like
leads
they like
into it.
redid all of it,
Well, they didn't redo it, but
like
like
redid some of it.
it shows like an important event from Revenge of the Sith from like another character's perspective, and apparently it's super
Oh, that's
interesting.
cool.
I mean, I wish I had Disney Plus so I could watch it, but like
Yeah, I
sucks
could
that-
watch it on my my phone or whatever, or I can get it on. I'm sure you can watch it on my laptop because we
Yeah.
have an account.
Yeah.
But I just haven't done it. All I've been doing is playing League and Dead by Daylight and watching YouTube.
For me, I think I told you already, but I decided to watch the Harry Potter movies, and those two movies are like they're really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched all of them like in order or like I watched them when they like when my mom was watching them or whatever, like when they first came out, which was
Yeah.
like a long time ago.
Yeah, that was.
Like when I was too young to like understand what was going on. But I remember a lot of stuff though. But I wanted to read the books before I watched them.
It really feels like a different world. I would say just experience that world like in any way you can. I definitely want to read the books now, but just like the set design really makes it feel like it brings the Harry Potter world to life. I remember the first movie. Well, I realized that Harry Potter is super dark. The second movie, have you seen it? It's a Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, I think I have seen it, but I don't really remember what happened.
At the end of the movie, Harry stabs a giant snake with a sword through its mouth. Well, in the first movie, he kills the man with his bare hands. Like he makes him disappear, but he's like an 11-year-old kid, and he just puts his hands on the dude's head, and he starts disappearing and screaming in pain. And Harry doesn't let up, or he isn't shocked at all. I was like, this is kind of dark, and I felt like I was someone's dad. I was like, my kid would not be watching this. And I was like, I don't know, it's not that bad, but it was it wasn't what I was expecting. And my favorite movie, Goblet of Fire, that's when things get really dark, and the entire final act of the movie is just whoa. That's the thing that the movies do really good is the endings are always feel like events, except for I guess Deathly Hallows Part 1, because it's it was one book, but then they split into two parts. The ending of the Deathly Hallows Part 1, it's still not what I was used to watching all the Harry Potter movies. It wasn't anything exciting. It was just we split the story in half, and you can feel it. It's not
Oh yeah.
definitely the weakest Harry Potter movie. Just a lot of walking around. And hey, Voldemort. Yeah, geez, Harry.
Spoilers.
He comes in.
I didn't know they walked.
He comes in. They fly. Actually, it was a lie. He comes in a lot earlier than I thought he was. The man's literally in the first movie.
Who?
Voldemort.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, what? I thought this was what the Deathly Hallows was about. I also thought the Deathly Hallows was a place.
No shit.
All right. Geez, sir. I also, I've been playing some, what is it? Playing some Shadow of the Colossus. That's an interesting game. You've been playing some Resident Evil.
True. I mean, I quit playing it.
Really? You stopped? Because
I already beat it. Both of them.
Oh.
They're both
that's dope.
stories.
What made you want to play? Was it just our conversations with our friend Donut? I don't know. You got a better name for him?
Yeah, I guess Donut, sure.
Donut, because Odd Future anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I played it before that, didn't I?
Did you? I'm asking you. I don't know.
Well, no, I asked him. I brought it up. I asked him.
Yeah, I remember those.
Well, maybe he brought it up.
Because we were on the phone talking about it. And I think you told him I think you said you heard about the third one was coming out. And you wish that they remastered.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that they were remaking the third one or something. But then of a couple of years ago, I remember them coming out with a sixth one or seventh one. Because that's the first time I really thought about that game. It was when the sixth one I think had just came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that game looks cool. I should play all of those.
Mm-hmm.
But I was but it's already 6 of them, and it's I'm sure the other ones are really old. So it's kind of like how Final Fantasy is in a bunch of games like that. It's there's so in Zelda too. It's there's so many of them. That's you don't know which one to play.
Well, they're all
it's kind of hard to get into them.
anthologies.
Unless you make it a I don't know. Like Zelda, if I wanted to play that, I mean, I guess I'd just play the new one,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
You would have to like start from the beginning because they don't like connect. I mean, they're very loosely connected. Nintendo made like an official Zelda timeline, but it's generally accepted by the Zelda like community that's like they're just making shit up. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, so then I saw the third Resident Evil was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I Googled, or not Googled, I went to the PlayStation Store and looked up Resident Evil, and I saw that like the first one and second one were there on sale.
Ooh.
So then that's when I asked, like, which one I should play.
That's dope.
Because the first one was really old. Honestly, that game, like, kind of...
blow some dust off it.
I'm glad I played it, but, like, you could tell it was a really old game, even though they remade it.
Yeah.
Just because they kept it the exact same, they just remade it. Like, the graphics and everything. And I'm glad they changed the second one, because I'm gonna be dealing with that crap again.
Do you think you'd ever, like, want to play, like, the originals, or, like, nah?
Hell. I mean, they're probably good, to be honest, because I saw, like, I watched a video that was, like, the differences between the first and second one. I mean, the second one, the original, and the remade one.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks interesting, but, like, I don't know. I don't know if that one has the door thing, because that is what really pissed me off about it.
But the originals, if they still have, like, the doors, like, loading?
Yeah, when you go through the door,
Yeah.
and then it has a loading screen. It's for every room.
Yeah, that's a mainstay of the original.
That's why the second one was so easy to play, because, like, you just run. And you go at a pretty fast pace, and then you can, like, just bust the door real quick, and like, there's no loading.
Seamless world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were fun. I liked it.
That's cool. Are you gonna get the third one when it drops in sale?
That one only has one story, I'm pretty sure, and I already watched it on YouTube.
So you don't want to play it, you've already got your fill.
Yeah, because it's the same thing as the second one. It's just a different place.
Yeah.
They even they go to the same place. They go to the police station again.
Isn't it like Jill's back and then like you have another guy named like, I don't know, Marcusio or some
Carlos.
Hispanic, yeah. Dude.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks like the second one again.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same exact, like, it's a different story, but it's the same gameplay. You do the same crap.
Yeah, well, it's like how a lot of games become like formulaic of like, you know, their franchise. Like there's a Zelda formula, Woodway Dungeons, get prizes, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, I already know what happens, so the only reason I'll play it is for the story, and I already know what the story is, so.
Yeah. Fair point. A story that we don't know is Man of Medan. That's a little game we've been playing.
True. I would love to finish that.
I would also love to finish that. For those of you who don't know, Man of Medan is like a co-op horror game. It can only be played with 2 players, or it can like be played by yourself.
I think you could play by yourself, but it's different. Like, it's supposed to play with someone.
It seems way cooler with 2 people because what happens is it's a multiplayer game, but like things happen concurrently, so it's not like a Lego game where it's like you both do a same action, like the screen splits. It's like I can't see what's happening on like Mo Bamba's page, or Mo Bamba's screen, and he can't see what's happening on mine. All right, Mo on Mo's screen, and he can't see what's happening on mine. And like it's a horror game, so like sometimes information is crucial. Like we're on a boat, and you're like, we were playing characters, and like it switches the characters a lot. That's the thing that really got me. And our characters, they were going on a boat to go like deep sea diving for some stupid treasure or whatever. And I was like, I don't want to go down here in this water. It's a horror game. There's gonna be something spooky down there. And like my characters were about to go down, but then like the game switched our characters, and then Mo had to go down there on the water while I was upstairs on the boat just chilling. It was great.
And I really was glad I didn't have to go down there too. And then
yeah, it was just there you were fighting an octopus.
And then I thought I got somebody killed down there.
I thought we were gonna die. It was so many characters. It's one of those games like where you're like, you know, you're trying. Anyone could die depending on your actions, and we're trying not to get anyone die. We'll try not to get anyone killed. So far, we're successful.
I kind of want a couple of them to die.
Like who?
I'm just playing. The brothers, I don't care if they die, but I want everyone else to live.
I kind of want the brothers. I want everyone to live. I think that's like we did it right.
I mean, I want everyone to live, but if anyone were to die, I want it to be them.
But he just proposed to his girlfriend.
Yeah, well, she can.
She can die. Actually, she was kind of crazy. Was she like forcing to? Like,
she was, but I like her.
Wasn't she like, no, we're gonna go down there and get that treasure, no matter what you say, Captain or whatever?
No, they ain't no damn treasure. They just want to go down there to for nothing.
Her character description was reckless. I don't trust her. She crazy. She Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs.
Okay, I like her. So.
I was very surprised though that we didn't get Fliss killed when we were like, you know, on the boat, and the guys got her.
I think someone's about to die. When we start playing, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna die like pretty quick. But
we're gonna forget how to play and like, oh.
Well, we were in a spot where like it was a big moment, and we just quit playing.
Really?
It seemed like, because what was going on was I was in that loop or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I was also stuck in the loop, and I couldn't like get out the room because there was like nothing going
My
on.
loop ended, so it was about to move on, and something big was about to happen.
And I think we're gonna see the monster.
I feel like
Imagine after this whole break, the game didn't save, and we have to start all the way over.
at least we'd be able to save her, or I can see what happens if I
Yeah.
don't abandon her on that by pushing that thing,
Yeah. I'd say it's a very fun game. I'm enjoying our time with it.
and then we can play a way out.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. I've never understood the hate for EA until like we tried playing A Way Out, which we have to like make an EA account, but apparently I already have one, but it's not like certified or whatever, so we can't play it. And that's dumb because I paid my $15 for the game. Why can't I play it?
I wonder if you can like contact the customer service or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But
Support.
it's just like so much extra steps for a game I bought. Like the developer intended for it to be
Exactly.
like played with like two people. Don't make it a hassle to play with two people. But EA doesn't care. You just want our money. Anything else that's been going on with you?
The semester's about to be over. Finals next week. Or yeah.
Your finals are next week? I thought they were this week.
No, it's next week.
Uh,
They do final preps and crap for English,
Final preps. What are those?
which basically we do those, and then that's the final. We just copy it on the final, and she lets us like, you know what I mean?
That's interesting. My finals are just projects, except for my gen ed classes. We just did finish like for my dramatic writing class. I just turned in a script I wrote. Script, not script. I'm a script. I just turned in a script I wrote, and whatchamacallit. And then I think we're gonna write a TV script for a TV episode, and then that will take us through the end of the class and record.
That's cool. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still have to take gen ed classes. I'm not sure if I should mention this, but like, I don't know, I'll go ahead. So on Twitter, today's Mother's Day. Let's date this episode, but instead of waking up to go say happy birthday to my mother, I get a text from our friend,
Daniel?
who I'll call Flower Boy. But he woke me up with a text that's like, "Scat is trending on Twitter." And he sent me this meme that was like, man, everyone bashing SCAD is making me reconsider my pursuit of a bachelor's degree. And I was like, what is going on? And so I wake up and I Google SCAD trending on Twitter. Then I wake up and I go on Twitter and I find that apparently some person got upset that like SCAD sent out this email because, it's Corona time. And people, they sent out an email. It's like, hey guys, you students can get your refund checks. And and there's a line in the email that says, what is it? It talks about, it's okay to like take a break off from like school or whatever, but they put a line that's like, hey, by the way, just so you know, people who take breaks off from school aren't likely don't come back to college or something like that. Like the longer the break is, they're more like likely you're not to like come back to school or whatever. And the person who tweeted at it took it in a very negative manner, and they were kind of like disgusted, and they thought like SCAD was trying to like, make them stay and keep giving them money. And that blew up over Twitter overnight. And I woke up to everyone shit talking SCAD, and I was like, this isn't. Because like the thing with SCAD is like a lot of people like know that it's like not the best institution. I was talking to like a bunch of my upperclassmen friends, and the general consensus is like there are good teachers and there are good people at SCAD, but the institution itself isn't like the greatest. But this is like commonly known. We're not idiots. But I just woke up and everyone on Twitter was just shitting on SCAD, and I was just like. I kind of feel like an idiot. I was like, I go there, and everyone's talking about this place I go. Am I an idiot? It was just like, it's so strange because like Twitter drama has like become like common in our day and age. It was just like, it's very different from like you like not like doing the bad thing that's being made fun of, like but like still being a part of it, and like not knowing like how to feel about it. It was a completely different perspective, and I was like, it was so weird. I don't know. I kind of got a little angry because I was like, it feels like a lot of people are just like taking the negatives and like Twitter doesn't know what they're talking about. Because there were some people that had negative experiences, but I feel there are negative experiences at any college. But I feel like people are just like pushing that narrative and only focusing on negatives like way too hard.
Yeah.
Like SCAD gives you a lot of tools to be successful, but like it is a pricey college. No one's making you come here, I don't know. I don't want to turn this podcast into like me like defending SCAD. But it was not how I thought my Mother's Day was going to start off. Look, this was an awkward transition. You remember So Random?
Yeah. That show was so random, bro.
So I don't know. I think I was just working on art homework one day, and I was like, "Hey," it wasn't like, "Hey," there was no one there. I was downstairs. I just remembered the Candy Pants music video that they did because the socks with sandals, all that stuff, and I was like, I want to listen to that again. And so I listened to both of those. They're still bops. Socks with sandals. What? But I was in the YouTube recommended section. There was a So Random podcast, and I was like, what? And then I clicked on it and I listened to it. It was made by Smosh because apparently one of the dudes works at Smosh. By the way, it was by like one person who was a part of the main cast and like three people who weren't, which is cool because they all had experience on the show, but it wasn't like as big as I thought it was going to be. But it was like super cool hearing like, I don't know, these people talk about this show from like our childhood, you know, like, and they worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like also like it was weird because like the youngest girl who was like the crazy tiny chick, she was like 15 when they were like, recording that show, but everyone else was like 18 or whatever. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I thought they were like kids like us, but no, they're like 18, which is crazy because they're like 18 and 19. Wait, no, we're both 19. Yes, we're both 19. I forgot how old we are. Well, you were.
How do you know how old I am?
Because I stalk you daily. Anyway, it was just so weird seeing like that's how their lives were. Like, what were we doing at 15? Arguing in the gym?
Actually, I was working on my album.
You were. That's I forget. You were working on your album, and I was listening to Kanye's album and getting inspired by his song "Runway." Yeah. That's an actual fact.
I assumed it was. I didn't think you lied about your own life. But yeah, continue.
It was interesting seeing like how like their lives were different. Also, it was like hearing about what they were doing post So Random was like way more fascinating to me because like we just know them as the people from So Random, but like they have like these completely different lives still like around like revolving in that world. Like the main chick, the tiny one, well, not the main chick that was Demi Lovato, but the tiny girl. She like married a dude from like Kicking It, if you remember that show.
What show?
Kicking It with Jake Long. No, that's American Dragon. I don't know. Kicking It. It was like had the brother from Hannah Montana as like the dojo dude, Bobby Wasabi.
I think I remember. I remember that being a show. I don't remember who was in it or like anything though. Like
I don't know who was in any of that. I know their faces, but I don't know their names. But anyways, one of the people from So Random married a member of their cast, and now they're engaged. But she's also like a super cool artist, and she has like her own art shows, and she's working on plays, and she's a writer. It's like, wow, she's all these things. Like, you know, I thought, because I know, you know, like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like when you see like people in kids TV shows, you're like, oh, that was the peak of their life. You know, they didn't do anything better after that. But she's out there like making art, you know, doing all these things, writing plays and stuff like that, and having them perform. Yeah. It's so interesting to know like, you know, there's more to your life. There's so much time to fill your life with things, you know. There's no need to rush.
True.
It was very nice and relaxing. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
All right.
You got any?
What?
Oh, did you have something to say?
No, I don't. I was gonna just try to fill in some more time by saying nothing. What was your question?
Well, that was my question. You know, did you have something to say?
Your question was if I had something to say.
Because you said I was like, oh, do you have something to say?
Yeah, but then you were asking something before I said anything, so that the timeline doesn't add up.
You know what timeline does add up? I was going to transition the time, but that was not what I was going to say.
Transition to time? What do you mean?
You went to AEW. How was that?
I did. That was a while ago. It was cool. But I don't watch that, so...
I mean, but like, I'd imagine the crowd was super like dope, though.
Yeah, it was before the quarantine, so people were there, obviously, because we were there.
I was very sad I couldn't go. I found out that the reason I didn't go is because I was afraid I would miss the class because during winter, blah blah blah. It was winter quarter. It was not my quarter. It was really much kicking my ass. But I missed a lot of my classes because I was late to them, and they count as absences. And I was afraid if I missed one more, I wouldn't make it. I'd have to fail the class because I thought if you were late 4 times, you fail the class. But in reality, it's if you're late 5 times, you fail the class.
Wow, so it was 1 extra time.
But I was late 4 times though, and I was really sad because I thought, you know, I just failed the class. I remember I was sitting outside in the walkway of the campus building, not inside the building, you know, like in the hallway, not the walkway. Jesus, I was sitting outside in the walkway, and like class had been going on for like an hour and 30. Well, I think an hour at that point because they just had their break, and the break was happening. I was just sitting there, and I was like, I don't want to like walk in when everyone's there, and like the professor would be like, hey, you failed the class. What are you doing here? I was gonna wait for him to like, you know, come back, catch him during the break to like talk to him about it and like ask him not to like fail me and drop the class. But I was kind of like unsure if I wanted to do that or not because I in my mind I just failed the class. I was like, what's the point of showing up?
Yeah.
And I was looking super sad and depressed because I was like, man, I really just failed my first college class. This sucks. One of my classmates, he walked up and he was like, hey man, you gonna come to class? I was like, nah man, I was late 4 times. I just failed. And he was like, oh what? Nah, it's 5 classes. And I perked up like a little dog and I was like, what? 5 classes? And he was like,
Ooh, I wish you
yeah.
lied to you. That would have been so funny. I'm just playing. That would have been awful. That would have been awful.
That would have messed with me. Jesus.
I mean, I can see how it would be funny, right? You know what I mean? But
I'm not sure if I think that was funny, like even now, because I was really in a low point. Maybe from like,
I mean, if that happened to me, I would be like completely depressed, and then he does that crap. That would be awful. But it's kind of funny, you know what I mean?
I mean, in a sense, it is kind of funny that like he fucked with me, but it's like it's fucked up funny. It's not like haha. And I was like, that's a good one. I wouldn't have like high-fived him afterward, like, bro,
got
me. I would have busted out crying in the classroom.
See, I mean, I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to explain why that is funny to me, but I can't. So I just feel like I'm a terrible person. So whatever.
I can't wait till like we have like a whole pile of like Poddercast, so like someone can edit together like a compilation of you sounding like an asshole unintentionally. One day when we're that
Yeah,
big,
once we're that big, you know what I mean?
we finally have 2
That's when we have
subscribers.
to do our gaming channel. Once we get 1 subscriber.
I'd love to do the gaming channel. We already have 1 subscriber. You know what that means?
Oh, gaming channel time.
I asked my roommates this. What are the 3 games you would play to start off a gaming channel?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me like what they said.
Well, I forgot. But like I said, I asked them this, but you saying it reminded me of it.
I would say Minecraft.
Really? Like, let's say me and you started a channel.
Yeah, I feel like we don't do enough in Minecraft to make it like
Interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I'd say our personalities, but I don't know like if our personalities are that engaging. We do have 1 subscriber. But maybe that's because of our marketing.
I don't know. I feel like Minecraft will be something we do a little bit later. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a.
I'm thinking. You can go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say that's the thing because you have to like balance like playing games. You know, like you want to like save some games that you're really excited for later until you have like a bigger audience.
Yeah.
You don't want to play anything that's like super boring and no one's gonna be like, why would I want to watch this? You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting watching like how like channels like started like with Game Grumps. It started off well they played Mega Man X, Kirby Superstar, and some other game I don't know, but like the whole reason they had so many people watching it is because they were like known internet personalities and they were coming together and it was kind of like, oh, we could see these 2 people like that we already know make a let's play, which was just they were new at the time. And I was like, if we were to do that, you know, it'd be a lot harder because we don't have like established internet personalities.
That means we had to stop this, become famous, and then start it again.
Well, no, this could be the thing that makes us famous if we commit to it. Also, we have my other project that I'm working on, which doesn't drop till September, but you know, it's coming.
Ooh, I don't know what games we can play.
Want me to say mine, and you can keep thinking about yours?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I think first off, I would want to play a Lego Star Wars game.
True.
Probably the first Lego Star Wars game, because that's like such a part of my childhood, and I feel like we both like vibe with that very well. It's such like a fun game, or any Lego game, but I feel like Lego Star Wars is a good opener, because then we can play the other Lego games down the line, and there's like stuff to do. It's like, you know, people are like, you know, oh, this is my childhood, and like, you know, we have memories attached to it, so I think that's cool. Then I'd say Curveball, and I want to play Rango. I'd want to play Rango.
I don't know what that is.
Because like, you know the movie Rango?
I don't know what the game is that you said.
Yeah, Rango.
Oh, it's a movie too?
Yeah. Well, they made a movie, then they made a game off it. It was a. It's not a special game. It's just like it's a game that like, you know, I can play and you can like give commentary on me playing and we can like talk about how bad it is, even though it's a pretty mediocre game. But I think it's a good way to like flex our like I guess our improvisational skills are like, you know, let people know what they're in for, because the game isn't always gonna be like the interesting part, and then we're gonna have to like provide commentary sometimes. And I think Rango is it's a very simple functional game that can allow us to like make the funnies and use the game to like springboard off of it, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess the other game would be something you would pick, so I don't know what you would want to pick, but I would imagine it'd be something like, I would imagine I think it'd be cool if you play like Resident Evil or like Until Dawn. You probably
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do both of those, but I don't know if those would be ones to start off with. I mean, it'd be fun to watch you play Until Dawn,
yeah.
and then
I think the core thing is like having a game that we both play, have a game that one of us plays, and have a game that the other person plays to show like nice little range.
yeah,
Yeah. So you have your picks or nah?
I think Until Dawn is a good one.
All right. Who would play it? Or does it not matter?
You.
That'd be
Because
interesting.
I already played it, so I would already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then I could like silently judge you for your decisions because I already know what's gonna happen, like consequences that you're gonna get.
I would hope not silently if it's like.
Well, I wouldn't do it
recording
too
it.
silently. Trust me. I'd be like, ooh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done
Like,
that.
stop.
Ooh, no, ooh.
I'm trying.
And then
I
you're
don't
like,
know, I
what,
haven't played
what?
the game before.
Or not. And then someone gets their head chopped off or something right after.
Failed. It's official.
And then I think
You
we should
suck.
play Mortal Kombat. That's a good Let's Play. And then
You joke, but like
1v1.
if you're like, oh, now it's a bad idea. Good Let's Play.
what were you about to say?
I was gonna say if you played Mortal Kombat or like Injustice and you just flexed, and we talked over the story, that could be interesting because you're so good. I'd imagine it wouldn't be like.
The story ain't really. It's a bunch of different people, and I only learned how to play like one or two.
You can put on an easy difficulty. No one has to know.
Well, I mean, they would know first of all if they had any clue of how that works. But I mean, I could beat it. It's just gonna be me spamming crap.
I don't know. I guess that's a fair point. It would be. I don't know. I guess maybe it's not a good idea. I just thought it'd be interesting, like you to flex your skills, and like we talk over the Mortal Kombat world. I don't know.
I mean, my skills ain't.
Because it'd be us talking over the story, more or less, while and in between that there'd be fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your third game?
I'd have to say Fortnite.
Really?
No, hell no. How'd that be a Let's
This is like a
Play?
Fortnite channel. Alright guys, today in my Fortnite Let's Play, we're gonna go to Tilted Towers. That's it. Is Tilted Towers even around? I don't know.
Wait, what did I say as my second game? I didn't say one.
You said well you didn't say one actually.
Well, I think Resident Evil would be good for real, and I mean, I could play that because I think you would fucking trash at it.
You would think I'm
But,
trash at more out of Resident Evil?
Yeah.
I don't want to go like down this road like so like an argument, but I feel like
Well, I mean, okay. Well, if I would be interested to see because I feel like if I watch you play it, you'd like miss crap. I don't know. I never saw you play a game like that, but I can just imagine you playing in a way that would like piss me off. You know what I mean? I'd be like, just give me the damn controller. Just give me the damn controller.
I just feel like overall, like I'm the better all-around gamer. I'll give you your credit and say you're a god at fighting games and shooters. But all-around gamer at puzzles and stuff, I'd say that's kind of like my court.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, I went there. World of Warcraft.
I mean, I never played the Zelda games. Okay, I never played any of like the Nintendo games, which are like real common for like gamers to have played. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I could figure that shit out.
I'm not saying
Probably
like you're.
better than you
I'm not saying you're
can.
dumb. I'm just saying like, I'd say we could both handle our situations with Throne.
I just want to watch you play Resident Evil. You never played any of those games, so I don't know how you would play.
I feel like I'm a competent gamer though. I've played, Shadow of the Colossus. It's just one big puzzle
Bro,
game.
that game you have shooting and stuff though. You have to be able to like, aim. Can you aim?
Bro, a puzzle is a puzzle.
It's not a puzzle game only. It's a survival horror game.
Are there puzzles in the game?
There are puzzles,
So
but
it's
there's
a puzzle
also
game.
zombies you have to kill.
It's a puzzle game of zombies.
Google it. Google right now. What is I'll do
Okay,
it.
hey, man. All right, well, before you do that,
Because it says survival horror
Zelda
game,
is
bro.
an action adventure game. What does that mean? Could you explain that to me? Action adventure?
Okay, I see your point. Okay, we don't have to deal on that sort anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, I take the L on that one. All right, but just because there are puzzles does not mean that's all you fucking do, bro. There's a lot more shit than
I just
that.
want to say that this is a joke.
Plus the boss fights, I can imagine y'all ass dying 100 times in a row.
This was a joke, but it's kind of like bled into reality.
That's how, yeah, a lot of.
I just want to like clarify because you seemed to be getting really heated there, and I was like, it was for humor. It's a prank.
Are you telling me it was a joke?
Puzzles, like a game having puzzles in it. Well, the part of me saying of like, it has a puzzle in it. It's a puzzle game. That was a joke. But I do see.
Oh, that was a joke? Okay, because you did sound like you were like, I'm fucking stupid for not knowing that.
Well, that was like the point. To like rile
And I
you
was
up.
kind of like low-key salty, but I like, no, you didn't mean it
Yeah.
like that for real. Kind of, not
That's
really.
our friendship, kind of really. I knew it, but not really. Kind of, maybe. But I still reacted like I didn't.
I just responded, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't really.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it called?
What's your third game? You went on a tangent for too long.
Analyze.
Minecraft.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of what games I'm interested in. You know, I don't play that many games because I don't like. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know how I am with new things.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go like look at the games in the back, but I don't feel like moving, so I'm just gonna.
You got like no games that are coming to mind, like anything. It doesn't have to be like a good answer.
Well, Shadow of Mordor, that game's pretty cool.
Yeah, all right. But you also
Or like one of the Far Cry games, or Fallout. Ooh, we could do Fallout.
you could do Fallout.
Or Skyrim.
That'd be interesting. You could do a Fallout New Vegas. You playing? That'd be interesting. Because I'd love to like watch someone like play that game. Because like I don't know, I get anxious playing that game.
Well, I kind of want to play.
Also like to start a channel, not like to like.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I never beat Skyrim. Like, I've beat the like Civil War story, but I've never beat the like dragon thing.
They played it on Steam Train, and they like sped run it though. So I think maybe we do that unless we'd want to have like an 1,000 episode series that's been going on since the start of our channel, which could be kind of cool. But I don't know, the series that never ends.
I'll say Fallout New Vegas. That was my third game.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely want to play, like, if we ever do the gaming channel, I'd love to play the Mass Effect 2, but then I feel like you'd be like, we have to play all the Mass Effect games. It's like, fine, I guess we'll start at Mass Effect 1, even though Mass Effect 2 is just such a masterpiece.
I feel like I would love that game once I played it.
Yeah. We could play it on channel.
Because you said it's like, I don't remember. It's like you had the people, all the survivors, not survivors, but everyone in the crew has like their own story or whatever. I think it's kind of dumb though that you said that if you don't like
make the right decision,
do others crap, they'll die.
Well, no, that's not like how it is. It's like there are decisions you make within the game that affect the final outcome in what's called the suicide mission.
Yeah, but you said if you don't do their side missions or whatever, then they'll die. Like that'll be like a decision.
No, that's not true.
Oh, that's not true.
That does affect it, but like I don't know how much it affects it. But that definitely like I never looked up like how to like make sure everyone survives because I enjoyed my playthrough. But I probably will. I don't know, because I want to stick to it. But like, the loyalty missions definitely, I would imagine, have an impact on like who lives or dies. Because there's a chick named Jack in the Mass Effect 2, and she's like part of Cerberus, this evil corporation. But the thing is, in the first one, spoilers, Shepard dies, and Cerberus brings him back to life.
Oh wow, you really just spoiled
Actually, no, it's in the second game. Like he dies in the opening scene, and it's like whoa. And Cerberus, the bad guys, bring him back to life.
So
and you're working with Cerberus, and like, hey, we have to go. And one of your crewmates, Jack, is like, hey, Cerberus messed me up. Let's go destroy one of their ships. And I was like, we work for them. Like, we can't do that. And I didn't do her loyalty mission. And then she died. I was like, oh. But then a lot of people died, I think, in that suicide mission. I was like, what is going on? There was a chick who's like you can talk to and like kind of hit on in like your ship, because like your whole crew gets kidnapped. And that's why I do the suicide mission. And
can you not spoil the whole game?
I'll stop, because it doesn't have to happen like this. But like on my first playthrough of the game, or I think it was my second, all like your crew are like in pods and you can save them. I think either my first or second one, I go to save the hot chick who I've been flirting with the entire game, and then she dies in like the pod, and I watch her like melt away. And I was like, what the? I had one job. I felt really like hurt because like the whole like point of the game. Well, the controversy with the game is like there were sex scenes in it, but they were very like not. It was just people touching each other with clothes on romantically. That's your reward for like flirting with Khan's characters, and she was the one I was going for. Then she died, and like I saw her melt and scream, and I was like, this isn't okay. I guess I'll go with Miranda, who is hot, but like
wow.
I mean, I still got my my reward. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Does that make me sound like a terrible person? I don't know. Whatever. Have you? Yeah, you said all three. So your three games were Until Dawn, Resident Evil, and Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
That's a good selection. And the mine's were
I'll say Resident Evil 2.
All right, that's cool. And mine's were Lego Star Wars, Rango, and some game. I'd say Resident Evil for you. Yeah, I think it's a pretty nice selection. I think with that, we're in a good place to end the Poddercast. Is there
I agree.
anything you'd like to say before we tell our peeps goodbye?
No.
All right. See you guys in the next one.